Hey everyone. Real quick, before the video starts, I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you so much for being a part of this journey with me. This has been something that has been a passion of mine for many, many years. And just to have any kind of engagement at all is astonishing, really. This channel is going to be essentially my documentary for my journey going into this field. I want to be able to look back and say, this is where I started from. Wherever I am in this industry, this is where I started from. And I figured, what better way to put myself out there than to subject myself to everyone. I hope you really like all of my projects going forward, and I cannot wait to share the rest of them with you. But for now, this video, this one here that you've selected, is called The Interrogation. And it's one of my favorite things, really. I wrote it, I edited it, and I voiced both characters in it. And I wanted it to be kind of a love letter to my fascination with all things spooky, scary, and X-Files back in the day. I hope you really like it, and I cannot wait to share more with you. Enjoy! Good evening, Mr. Roswell. Well, that's a little ironic considering everything you're claiming happened. What? Anyway, I apologize for the wait, Mr. Roswell. As you can imagine, this is a very delicate investigation. My name's Detective Simmons, and we have two people who have been murdered, and the only thing connecting them is you. So should we go over what happened tonight?
I already told the cops at the scene what happened. Do I really have to?
Unfortunately, sir, yes.
You won't believe me.
It's not really a matter of belief, Mr. Roswell. Malcolm. It's a matter of truth. Now, I believe what you experienced tonight is your truth, yes, and I'm willing to hear the details of that truth. And regardless of what anybody else believes, we're going to get down to what really happened. But I'm going to need your help to do that, alright?
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Good. Now, let's start at the beginning. Where were you tonight before you made the call to 911?
I had just gotten off work and went to the convenience store to pick up my medication. I don't know. Everything was normal. The guy at the pharmacy was a little irritated because I was right there before closing, but I got them and went home.
Now, the victims, Tammy and Elliot, whom you live with, how was their relationship?
It was fine. I mean, they were good together. It wasn't like they had any serious issues or anything like that. They'd been dating for years. Honestly, I hadn't even seen either of them get mad at each other. I mean, not like really.
Alright. And so after you left the store, was there anything unusual or out of the ordinary?
Well, as I was coming down the street, I saw this weird light. I didn't think anything of it at the time.
And how would you describe that light right now?
Well, I suppose, have you ever seen those big lights, like when it's foggy out, how it kind of distorts the light, makes it all fuzzy? It was like that, but much larger. I didn't know where the light was coming from. It was low to the ground and it didn't last long. I was pulling closer to the house, but honestly, at that time, I'd put it out of my mind.
And once you got to the house, What happened then?
I walked into the house.
Let the record show that during the investigation of the premises, there was no evidence of forced entry to the domicile. Please continue, Malcolm.
Yeah. Anyway, I went in and I found them lying on the floor, covered in blood. They look so terrified. God, I don't think I'll ever get their faces out of my head.
And what did you do then?
I went to them. I didn't know if they were dead. Honestly, they still looked alive. I tried calling their names and checking their pulse, but man, I'd only ever seen shit like that on TV. I didn't know what I was doing. I grabbed my phone and called 911.
And is that when you saw them? Malcolm. Malcolm, please.
Yes! Yes! Fuck, that's when I saw them.
The aliens.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I know this is difficult, Malcolm. But please, can you describe to me what they look like?
They look like fucking aliens, man. That stupid, corny-ass little green men cliche.
And what did these aliens do, Mr. Roswell?
Nothing. They just stood there staring at me. Just the two of them standing there like they got caught with their hands in the fucking cookie jar. Before I knew it, the police were there and the aliens disappeared, okay?
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you're under the impression that the aliens are responsible for your friend's deaths.
Who else could it have been?
Well, no one if your story is to be believed. Listen, when I was 6 years old, my daddy and I went out hunting. And I kid you not, the second night we were there, we saw lights and heard things that shook us to our very core. My daddy fully believed it was aliens. He spent his whole life pursuing that truth. Ruined his life, honestly. So yes, I believe you. But a jury? Now that may be a little less likely to believe your story, and honestly, there's a lot of evidence that backs up what the prosecution wants to throw down.
Which is what?
That you killed your friends, Mr. Roswell. They're saying that you killed your friends.
I wouldn't. What?
Listen. They have your fingerprints on a knife in the kitchen covered in blood. Right now, they're rounding up all your neighbors, asking them how y'all's relationship was, and I can tell you right now, some of your neighbors think y'all didn't like each other. The prosecutor could be looking at making this a crime of passion. Say you were just jealous off your meds.
My meds? My fucking meds?
Yes, sir. Your antipsychotics.
What the fuck? Just because I'm on meds doesn't make me a monster. I didn't do this. The aliens did this.
I know. Believe me, I do. But you haven't been taking them for the last couple of months. At least that's what they found when looking into your last refill. I'm just telling you what it is they're going to do going forward in your case. It's stacked against you, Malcolm, and they're only going to find more evidence that suits their narrative.
No, they can't fucking do this. No.
They can, and they have before, I promise you. But I can help you. First, I need you to come to terms with the fact that you're going to go to prison one way or another.
What? No, fuck you.
Listen, the question is, how long? I can get you a deal that reduces your time for a written confession.
No, I didn't do anything. I'm not confessing to anything.
Then you go away for life. 2 counts of manslaughter.
No, I did nothing wrong. I can prove it. It was the aliens. I was the alien.
All right, Mr. Roswell. Just think about it. That's all I'm saying. Yes, Mr. Roswell is uncooperative. No, it's fine. I've already established what happened. He's going to go away for some time. No, there's no need to kill him. No one's going to believe him anyway. Yes, ma'am. The next step is locating the 2 escaped extraterrestrials and bringing them in without further issue. It is sad when things like this happen. But couldn't allow for those 2 to live after seeing the ETs. The roommate coming home after I killed them will allow just a slight bump in the road. No witnesses. None that will be reliable to society, at least. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'll report next when I've captured the ETs.